Oh, hi. Sorry you had to see me like that. But let's be real here. Weeds can be a serious pain in the butt. And I get it. When I talk to conventional farmers who are transitioning to organic, often weed management is their number one concern because most herbicides are prohibited in organic production. Weed control can be a challenge for organic producers. Just imagine spending your whole life doing a job with the same tools, and it was the same tool that your parents used and your grandparents used, and all of that suddenly becomes not an option. So, when you switch to a new production system, you can't only not use that tool anymore, but you have to learn how to do a job completely different and in a more complicated way than old trusty rusty herbicide. Instead of a few big old hammers, like herbicides that kill a broad spectrum of leaves or a specific family, organic farmers have a diverse toolbox of many little hammers to address weed issues. The organic toolbox relies on making a field ecosystem that is inhospitable to weeds. It's hard and it can be scary, but it is totally possible. But first, we have to define our terms and be realistic. The fact is that on the whole, organically managed field crops are going to be more weedy than conventionally grown field crops. Not always, but often. That's because chemical herbicides are pretty dang effective at controlling weeds. If you see an organic field crop that is perfectly clean of weeds, you should either suspect some herbicide use or be ready to do a slow clap for that farmer, because that is possible, but it is hard. Perfectly clean fields are possible in organic, just not very common. The goal of organic farming is not to have picture-perfect clean fields. They're to grow nutritious food, steward the land, and farm profitably. And that can be done with a few weeds in the field. So let's take a look. I'm here to tell you the truth. Weeds are not inherently bad. Weeds are only bad when they reduce yields, either by stealing nutrients that the crop needs or by stealing water and sunlight from the crop. So take a look at this crop of corn. This crop is established and growing really well. If we look closely, we can see some weeds that have germinated recently. Because their density is low, and because they're so much smaller than the crop, these weeds won't take nutrients, water, or sunlight from the crop, and they're not going to rob it of its chance to grow well. See what I mean? Weeds, in and of themselves, aren't bad. It's only when they're dense enough or large enough to interfere with harvest that we have a problem. Organic fields can be clean, but they don't have to be perfectly clean. They just have to be clean enough. Weed management on organic field crop farms is a top concern for newer organic producers. Recognizing that clean fields in organic are often just not possible will help them focus on realistic strategies that achieve that good enough weed control.